Okay, guys, so got her back. Got us a nice 6.0. As you can see right here, I think you can make that out, 6.0 liter. Yeah, I mean, I accidentally broke this while I was doing it, but it's okay. I got another one. I ain't worried. And as you can see, now she had the intake manifold on, but there was some snow on the sides over here. But I mean, I'm gonna be cleaning all this up anyways. And there you go. There's 6.0 right there. So yeah, like I said, got a 6 liter. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and tear into this engine, and because it looks kind of rough. So we're gonna pull off all the valve covers, heads, everything, because we're gonna fully rebuild this motor and before we throw it back in Earl. That is the goal, because I would like Earl to be completely reliable to where I just hop in her and just go driving down the road just like I do any one of my other cars. I don't want it to be like where I'm worried about this or that or whatever. Yeah, we're gonna do it right this time. We're gonna get it right. So she's not going to be a death trap. She's not going to be a fire hazard. She is going to be a reliable, beautiful truck. So, and I do believe it bolts up to the 4L60. I'll have to double check that. I may have to upgrade to the 4L80. I mean, it's not that big a deal. I mean, I've been wanting to do it anyways because those 4L60s, you know, they only last so long. So I did upgrade some stuff inside there when I was in there, but it's probably only good to what, like 400, 500 horsepower, something. I don't know exactly. So, but yeah, like I said, we're going to tear into her, remove the air compressor, AC compressor, everything. We're going to break her down completely. We're going to even go ahead and get the crank pulley off. And sorry, B's barking. He heard something moving outside and had to go bark at it. But yeah, let me get to that. Let's cut to the time lapse. Okay, so we have gotten her torn down pretty good. As you can see, she looks, I mean, fairly decent. I mean, she's going to get rebuilt anyways, but it's still good to see that she's at least in, I don't see any, serious damage. That's just junk from probably when we were taking this stuff off. It's probably got a lot of buildup. So, I mean, it's going to get cleaned up though, so let's see. There's a little bit of ice right there. Like I said, it's been sitting there, but it should be fine. I've sat there and turned this thing over. Yeah, see? So, I mean, she turns over pretty nicely, and it doesn't look like there's much damage. Hang on. Okay, so for some reason my GoPro decided not to record anything. I put it in there at the beginning that it didn't record the junkyard footage, which was really weird because I did two things when I was there and then when I went to go leave. And then when I got here, it didn't record the last bit where I was talking about the engine that I got it torn down and everything. I was showing the pistons and everything. So we're going to redo all that. So these are the pistons out of here. So what you didn't see was that I went through and marked each and every single one of these. So that one's a 6, and each one has one like that on each one of them. So like this one right here has a 1, and that way I can just sit them up there and I'm not too worried about where they go. And what I used was these right here. So these are basically punches, and they have this little thing that goes with them. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus in on it, but it doesn't want to. But this one has a 2 on it, and so what I did was I used a hammer and drove it down on there to create the 2 that allowed me to, identify which piston went where. Huh, whoa! That's just kind of okay, so what we have here is my pistons. So this one is from the 5.3. These are from the 6.0. You can see some subtle differences in them, such as these right here. If you can see, this one looks thicker than this one. It's just visually, it looks thicker. And then obviously there's the obvious when you lay them down and you look at them from this way, they totally look different. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I have this like fluorescent orange type something going on here. Okay, I can wipe that off. That's crazy looking. But okay, it's like, it's making it like luminescent. I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but it's kind of cool. It's weird looking too though. But yeah, I can easily just like wipe it right off in some spots. Wow. Okay, but this one is like a 4-inch bore, and this one I think is like a 3.5, 3.4-ish. I'll put it down right in this general area right here. And I noticed that when I was doing it, when I was taking these off, these bearings were easily coming out of this, like where they're supposed to be. So they're pretty worn, and I want to go ahead and replace those and the rings, because as you can see how dirty they are. They're pretty dang dirty. I mean, I cleaned these up. If you've not seen how I clean these up, I actually found the best thing to use was just Dawn and water. It was amazing, and I'll probably do the same with that. So if you're interested and you want to see that, because those are dirtier than the way these were. So I'm wondering if it'll work the same with those. And those actually have the pin. I can actually take those apart, and I can just do the pistons themselves, because these get pressed in. So I think we might go that route. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see that. But yeah, I'm just gonna leave that right there for right now. But everything in here looks pretty good. We can go ahead and turn it over. We can turn it around and take a look. But I figured we go ahead and take a look at these cylinders. So as you can see, they look. Let's go ahead and turn this over. Take a look at the crank. Okay, so here we go. This is the crank of it, obviously. And there doesn't appear to be any damage to it whatsoever. It actually rolls pretty smooth. One thing I found out though, as soon as I saw this right here, is that I have a 24 tooth reluctor wheel. And the good thing about that is that I can reuse the ECU that I already have unlocked, and I can use the wiring harness. I thought I couldn't use it no more. It's fantastic. So the other thing we need to do is, obviously I need to get this crank pulley off, but I can't get it off. For some reason, even this big Matco will not break that bolt off. So if you have any ideas how I can get that loose, because the idea I'm thinking about is wedging something in right here with Michael holding it, and then one of us coming in with a breaker bar, because he's got a really big one, and just trying to like manhandle it. But I'm afraid I'm just going to break the head off. Not really sure. So, but if you are also considering doing this and you're looking to go and get one out of a junkyard, because I actually only spent $250 on this. Now, when I was looking around on Facebook Marketplace, I was finding them for freaking, like, just the blocks. The bare blocks were going for $1,000, and not the aluminum blocks. I'm talking the iron blocks were going for like close to $1,000. So it might be worth it for me just to go up to the junkyard and start pulling a few of these, because it took me 3 hours to pull this thing out. And then complete motors were like $1,500 or more. It was ridiculous. You would have thought that these things were in short supply, but I found 6 of them at the junkyard, like, easily. So, you know, they're there. Just, you know, go to a place where you got to pull it yourself. Yes, it's going to take you a little bit longer, but it's worth it. I saved, for a complete motor, I saved $1,250 basically. So, I mean, that's worth it to me for 3 hours of my Saturday. But once we can get this off, we're going to pull all this off. I want to take this and get it media blasted completely, because as you can see, this is pretty bad. I mean, it's so rusted and everything like that. It just needs to be media blasted and just cleaned completely up. And then I'm going to paint it green, because I think the problem with that block was that it wasn't the same green as the transmission's green. And I think we should totally do it to the engine as well. We'll do it like all the other ones, where it'll just be the block right here. It won't be the heads, you know. It won't, you know. So it'll just be the block, and you know, like this front cover will be the normal color, and so will the back cover. But I mean, honestly guys, there's not really much left to it. I gotta get the rebuild kit. I mean, I'm not going to get the one with the pistons and all that stuff. Like, I'll replace the rings, and I'm going to replace all the gaskets, the bearings. If I have to replace the crank, I'll replace the crank if I break the bolt off in it. But I also want to get the car crank pulley as well. And then I also would like to get the car accessory thingy that goes right here. But the problem is that thing tends to be expensive. And if I happen to come across some money, yeah, I'll totally get that. But I think if I actually were to magically come across some money, then I would probably go with the 383 stroker kit in this thing. Just an idea. But enough talking your heads off. I'm gonna go ahead and end this video and get back to editing, because I found out that I was missing all that footage. But I wanted y'all to see everything. And yeah, I just appreciate y'all hitting that video, and I'll see you guys next time.